All our life, so far as it has definite form, is but a mass of habits. A beautiful quote from the American philosopher and psychologist, William James, to let you know the incredible impact habits have on our lives. And therefore, we cannot ignore its importance. Numerous cognitive neuroscientists have even conducted studies that reveal that up to 95% of our cognitive activities, be it decisions, emotions, actions, or our behavior in general, is performed unconsciously. Which is insane. I know. Furthermore, research indicated that 40% of the actions you perform each day aren't actual decisions but habits. Behaviors that have been repeated over and over, until they are so integrated into your daily life that they are carried out automatically, even without thinking. They have such a huge impact on your life, an impact that is reflected in your situation today, which is a mere result of your past actions and habits. And therefore, if you want to change your life, become more successful, and realize your dreams, then there is almost nothing more important than to start looking at your habits. But what habits should you work on? And how can you change your bad habits? Well, on the Wisdom of Everything channel, you will learn exactly that, and many more things that will help you on your way to become the best version of yourself. Just hit the subscribe button, and you'll get wiser every week. Woohoo! So, what are the 8 habits that will change your life and help you to become the best version in 2021? Well, to be honest, just 8 habits won't make your dreams come true. And every person needs a different strategy. But what is certain is that there are 8 categories of habits every single living person in this universe should work on. What? 8 categories of habits? Yes, 8 essential categories of habits you need to work on if you want to live a truly successful life and live happily ever after. In a story you will ever hear when the time is right, 8 powerful leaders were brought together to combine their elemental forces so that they could put an end to a very big war. Ever since that moment, the Holly word Swarovski was born. A name where each letter is the first letter of an essential force, namely sustainability, wealth, emotion, relation, intellect, production, spirit, and innovation. And coincidentally, Swarovski is a Greek word for grinding, which is commonly known in the world of gamers and means performing repetitive tasks for a gameplay advantage and benefits. Or in short, habitual activities that, when you repeat them long enough, will reveal their benefits. Besides the meaning of the word, Swarovski is also a very powerful framework, whose secret behind its powers will be revealed to those who show their true engagement and loyalty. But since I am just the messenger of those leaders, I can only inspire you with the basic wisdom behind it. So, let's begin with the first Swarovski habit. Woohoo! The first letter in category is called the sustainability habits. A word that involves everything related to our ability to sustain life. Meaning our ability to protect ourselves and survive in this dangerous world. Our ability to take care of ourselves and maintain our hygiene. And our ability to stay healthy. So, whether you are learning a martial art to protect yourself, setting up a strong, multi-factor authentication password to prevent your account from being hacked, disinfecting your hands after every outside activity to defend yourself against the violent coronavirus, or just work on your health by walking, running, or cycling. They are all at the service of your personal sustainability. So, how sustainable are you in this world? What bad habits are you performing today that harm your sustainability? And what positive habits will you work on to improve it? All questions you should ask yourself in 2021. The second letter of the Swarovski word forms the wealthy habit category. A category of habits with the purpose to increase your wealth and prosperity. Oh, what habits could that be? Tracking and managing your finances? Saving money on your worthless bank account? Making more rational consumption decisions? Or investing your money more wisely? Yes, indeed. All habits that contribute to your wealth and prosperity. So, what habits are wasting your money and what habits are increasing it? Of course, you wouldn't know if you are not tracking or managing your finances. Therefore, it is highly recommended to work on that habit first. It will also increase your spending awareness, making you more resilient against emotional buying decisions. The third habit category is called the emotional habits. Habits that basically help you take control of your emotions. Habits that help you elevate your positive emotions and decrease negative ones such as stress. Now, why the hell should you meditate or develop a positive, optimistic mindset? Well, because they are habits that positively affect your emotional state. And the importance of your emotional state is almost indescribable. When you are in a positive mood, you enjoy life so much more. And it also positively affects your relationships, career, health, happiness, and many more. The benefits are endless. One of the best habits you can develop to elevate your emotions is the habit of appreciating all the things around you, the good and the bad, and be grateful for everything that has happened or is happening right now in your life. They are all beautiful lessons and opportunities for you to grow. I challenge you to make a habit of writing or meditating before you sleep about the things you appreciated during the day and the things you are grateful for, and do that for 21 days. You would be surprised what this positive psychology technique would do with you. Now, let's go on to the fourth letter of the Swarovski alphabet, which is an R and stands for relationship. So, obviously, habits that involve your relationships and social life. I guess many of you, since Corona, now realize more than ever that you need some social interaction and relationships to stay happy. Or maybe you realize the opposite, that you were more introvert than you thought to be. Anyway, meeting new people, communicating with them, and maintaining relationships requires time and effort. And are habits that can be developed. If you feel pretty lonely, and this makes you feel bad, then you should definitely focus on relationship habits. Start, for example, with searching for communities and group activities to meet new people, both digitally and non-digitally. Then make a habit of interacting with them, and learn and practice your communication skills. And now and then, make time for people that matter to you, so you maintain the relationship. The key message here is that, if you feel lonely and are unsatisfied with your social relationships or love life, then look at what habits you can implement that will improve that. The next letter of the holy word Swarovski stands for the intellectual habits. And yes, a habit you are now working on while watching this video. So, congratulations! Keep on doing that, and you will get wiser and more intelligent every single time. And who knows, one day, you might end up on this wall of geniuses. Besides that, learning is like a brain workout. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes, and the easier it is to learn new things. So, what can you do to learn every day? Here are some suggestions. Besides reading books, you can listen to a podcast on Spotify while commuting to work. Or instead of podcasts, you can take a subscription on Blinkist and listen to book summaries. Especially handy for those who fail to read books. Or if you like to watch videos, you could watch documentaries instead of movies at night, or watch an episode of Wisdom of Everything in the morning while eating your breakfast. There are so many ways to feed your brain with interesting knowledge. Just do it. Now, let's jump to the next letter, the productive habits. Which is one of the most desired habits, as we live in a world where our output and performance mean a lot. We desire to be super efficient and be able to do massive work in less time. But how can you become more productive? Well, productivity is also known as the effectiveness of productive effort, and is usually measured in time to produce, the quantity of the output, and the quality of the produced output. So, working on habits that improve those variables will make you more productive. You could, for example, limit distractions to increase your focus, and spend your limited energy on a single task. That will decrease the time necessary to finish the task, which frees up more time to work on more output, and usually you will also have a better quality as a result. There are many more things you could do, of course, which I would love to share with you in more detailed videos. Just subscribe to my channel to be updated with new interesting videos about productivity. Up next, we have the spiritual habits. What? Does that exist too? Yes, and they are very important. In fact, you should work on them first before all else. Especially those that concern your identity. The formation of your identity is, according to the developmental psychologist Erik Erikson, one of the most important parts of a person's life. And doesn't end in our teenage years, but shifts and grows throughout life as we are confronted with new challenges, tackle a variety of unexpected obstacles, and explore all sorts of different experiences. And that identity of yours is reflected in your current behaviors and habits. Very often, people fail to change their habits because their identity stays the same. They still hold on to previous beliefs and thoughts that determine their behavior, and as a result, their outcome and reality. Therefore, you should work on habits that reinforce your desired beliefs, and develop an identity you can habitually practice to become.
Woohoo!
But wait, what now? What should I do? Well, first of all, you should know who you truly want to become. And begin with the end in mind, as Stephen Covey would say. Ask questions such as: who is your desired future self? How do you want to be remembered? What does your ideal self do? How does he or she feel? How does it walk and speak? And then imagine it. Visualize it. Write it down. Daily. So, you reprogram your subconscious mind to become that new identity. I know, for some of you, that still sounds like some hocus-pocus bullshit. But there is some real science behind it, which I will share with you in a more detailed video. The last and final letter of the Swarovski alphabet stands for the innovative, or creative habits. Habits that boost your creative superpowers. What? Can I be creative? Yes, of course. Creativity is like almost all abilities, a skill that can be learned and trained. You just need to know how you can stimulate it, and understand that there is a difference between creative thinking and creative achievement. Creative thinking is about the production of ideas, while creative achievement is about the physical manifestation or creation of the initial imaginary idea. Both are part of the creative process. And both can be learned and trained. But before the physical creation, ideas need to be formed. And therefore, you should first work on feeding your brain with inspiration. Inspiration that can come from knowledge, talking to others, past experiences, and so on. So, besides learning and being genuinely interested in other people's opinions to feed your inspiration, you can make a habit of exploring new experiences. Ken Hughes took this even more seriously and committed himself to a 365-day challenge, where every single day he did a new experience, something he had never done before. And what he realized was that this habit brought him not only massive inspiration and creativity, but also better business results, relationship improvements, and more happiness. Now, you don't need to be so extreme as Ken. Just being open to new experiences, and now and then, try something new even in the little everyday things, such as a new clothing combination or a new dish, can make your life more awesome. So, to wrap up, you've learned the holy word Swarovski, a word of which you have now discovered the beginning of its endless power. A word that stands for sustaining, wealthy, emotional, relationship, intellectual, productive, spiritual, and innovative. A word that summarizes the 8 essential categories of habits. Now, it is up to you to analyze your current Swarovski habits and optimize them, so you can live the happy and successful life you deserve. In upcoming videos, I will share more information about each habit category. Just hit the subscribe button and you'll get wiser every week.
Woohoo!
Thank you for watching. And don't forget to enjoy your day, get wiser, and help us spread the words of wisdom.